chance of the shooting. If shooting there must be. Alice?
How do we defend this place if Magua and his Hurons find us? Is there another exit?
Another exit, yes, but not to defend. Look. Go on, Major. Kneel, look down.
Sheer. And 40 feet at least.
We can get down, we've got rawhide rope. But not even a Huron could climb up.
Good. Very well, shall we join the ladies?
Hawkeye?
Have you no other name but Hawkeye?
My real name's Natty Bumpo, ma'am, from my Christian kinfolk.
Natty?
Nathaniel, ma'am. But the Indians call me Hawkeye. It comes easier to the tongue, and I like it better.
Does it refer to your skill with a rifle?
And that's why they gave me the name, ma'am. The Indian custom of giving names is better than the Christian fashion, in my opinion.
In what way are we inferior, friend?
Well, Sarmadus, the biggest coward I ever met was called Lion. And he had a wife called Patience, who was the most impatient woman you ever did meet. With the Indians, the taking of a name is a matter of conscience. What an Indian calls himself, he generally is. Take Chingachgook. Chingachgook means big serpent. That doesn't mean to say that Chingachgook is a big serpent or even a little one. It means that Chingachgook understands the windings and turnings of human nature. Don't be afraid, ma'am. It is Chingachgook.
Damn fool could have warned us.
What would you have had him do, Major?
And he could have called out.
Why didn't you call out, Chingachgook?
The forest has many ears. The wolf, as well as the fawn.
I suppose by wolf he means Huron.
Who else would he mean?
You know you're only thinking of our safety, Chingachgook.
They all look rather fierce by nature, Miss Alice.
I think not, Major Hayward. I have seen gentleness in their eyes.
You're mistaken if you think they approve of us, Miss Monroe.
Well, if they dislike us, perhaps they have a reason to.
What do you mean?
Perhaps we trespass on their lands. Do we trespass, Chingachgook?
The Mohicans have no land.
You are a wandering tribe?
Chingachgook has no tribe.
But Hawkeye has said you are a chief.
Our home was the eastern shore. That was the land of the Mohicans.
And were you dispossessed?
Our fathers came over great plains where the buffaloes live, until they reached the big river. There we fought the Huron until the ground was red with their blood. From the banks of the big river to the shores of the Salt Lake, that was the country of the Mohicans. We drove our enemies into the woods with the bears. They only tasted salt at the licks. They drew no fish from the Salt Lake. We threw them the bones. The country we had taken like warriors, we kept like men. Then my people were happy. The Salt Lake gave us fish, the woods gave us deer, the air gave us birds. We took wives who gave us children. We worshipped the great spirit Manitou. And we kept the Huron beyond the sound of our song of triumph.
Your fathers must have been great warriors.
My tribe is the grandfather of nations. The blood of chiefs is in my veins.
And then came the Dutch.
Yes. Then came the Dutch and gave my people the firewater, and like fools they drank and parted with the land. The Mohicans were driven from the shore, until I, a chief and a sagamore, have never seen the sun shine but through the trees, and have never visited the graves of my fathers.
Where are your people now?
Where are the blossoms of those summers? Fallen one by one. So all my family departed, each in his turn, to the land of the spirits. I am on the hilltop and must go down to the valley. And when Uncas follows in my footsteps, there must end the blood of the Sagamores. For my son is the last of the Mohicans.
Casualty, sir.
I see you have not got through the day unscathed.
It's only a scratch, sir. I'll have it seen to later.
How are the men taking us?
Our own men are in pretty good heart, sir.
And the settlers?
They could cause a bit of trouble, sir. They'll blame the government in London for not doing enough to help us. But if you ask me, sir, it's more case of cold feet. Now that they know General Montcalm himself is out there.
You can tell them from me that I am still here, and General Montcalm does not frighten me.
No, sir. We'll give him hell, sir.
And the wives?
Same as women always are in the heat of battle, sir. They can be a comfort, but when you reckon it up at the end of the day, they're more a damn nuisance than anything else.
So we're getting the women and children out, across the mountains. I've got a party scouting the way.
Well, that'll be a relief, sir.
Well, thank you, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
And get to the surgeon now.
Sir.
Two may be seen, where one is not. Go in.
The moon is rising.
All loaded, all primed.
Better use one of the Huron rifles we captured. A musket of yours was never meant for this kind of work.
I like what I'm used to.
That's right. Stick to the drill and the drill will not let you down.
Yes, sir.
Drill, Major? Here you'll shoot at a man, a glimpse of a man. Not at a regiment.
Hawkeye, you can't turn a British infantryman into an Indian.
More's the pity. Miss Monroe, can you load a rifle?
I've seen it done. May I see? Why, this lock was made in France.
Yes, ma'am. The French make the right weapons for the right men in the right place.
But your gun is different. Was that too made in France?
No, ma'am. It was made here in the Americas.
Killdeer.
It has a name.
Yes, ma'am. Killdeer. But my Huron enemies call it La Longue Carabine.
Its virtue is in its length, then.
Yes, Miss Monroe. In the dim light of the forest, the foresight must be far from the eye. The longer the barrel, within reason, ma'am, the sharper the shooting.
Quite unnecessary in battle. Now you blaze away at the advancing enemy ranks.
But that'll kill no deer or bring down a Huron as he runs. Mine's a forest rifle, ma'am.
We're certainly in a forest.
Not so, if you will forgive me, Miss Monroe. Here we lie in a fortified position, so to speak. We're no differently placed than an infantryman manning a parapet at Fort William Henry.
Even so, Major, a long rifle has the advantage.
I see none, Hawkeye.
You will do if we see fighting.
Shall we see fighting?
Miss Monroe, Major Haywood knows how long it takes to load a common rifle or a musket.
Well, Major?
1 minute.
So, if you're rushed, and the Indians are less than 1 minute from your position, you'll never load again. You'll be dead and scalped while you're hammering home the ball in the barrel.
And La Longue Carabine.
Standing, he can load and fire 3 times in 1 minute. Lying, 2 times.
Miss Alice, there will be no fighting. And even if there were, we have more than 1 rifle apiece. As soon as we fired one, we pick up another. I do assure you that 4 of us here are a match for 50 Indians.
4, Major?
Yourself, me, Private Jones, and our singing friend.
And what of Chingachgook and Uncas?
Yes, Hawkeye. I want a word with you. Perhaps your young Morgan would take another platter of venison into his father.
My father has eaten. Has told me to stay within.
Major Hayward, you are rebuked.
Miss Monroe, I will not deny he has dignity. But every Indian has it. I've seen that dignity before scenes of brutal and senseless savagery. Hawkeye, we had an Indian guide. Where is he now?
Looking for us with a party of Huron warriors.
Montcalm's savages. Yet I thought Mago could be trusted, and took him for a guide, knowing I had the lives of Colonel Monroe's daughters in my hand. Magua led us into an ambush and would have seen us slaughtered.
I'm looking forward to meeting Magua again.
You look forward to it.
Major Hayward. An Indian is a reasoning man, whether he be varmint or friend. If Magua served the British, he had a reason. If he betrayed you, he had a reason. I want to know it before I shoot him.
Well, he's the devil you know. What about the devil you don't know, though you think you do?
I've known Chingachgook since we were both young. I knew Uncas' mother. I've known Uncas since he was born. Major Hayward, I do not know you. If we have to fight back to back, it's possible that you might run. No, I don't think you will. But you might. I have fought back to back with these Mohicans, father and son, and they didn't run. Uncas? Uncas? Whose son are you?
I'm the son of Chingachgook.
I wish you was mine. Well, Major Hayward?
Ladies, I had only your welfare in mind.
For what we have received, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
Amen.
Let us now, one and all, raise our voices in a psalm. Psalm 7. O Lord my God, since I have placed my trust alone in thee.
O Lord my God, sing.
Indians?
No, that's not Indians.
What in God's name is it?
A voice out of hell.
As to that, I can't say. Arisqua?
Tanya Tari.
Oh, you know the forest.
Ma'am, I've listened to the sounds of the woods for 30 years. I know the sound every Huron makes and the voice of all living creatures. I can't explain that cry.
I have explained it.
Then let's go and investigate. Jones, pistol. Stay with the ladies.
Yes, sir.
It's the horses.
I can't argue with you there, Major. I've got little skill with horses.
I've heard that sound in battle. The cry of a horse in pain or terrified.
The wolves frighten them.
We mustn't lose the horses.
Listen. The pack is leaving.
Yeah.
Why?
Something must have frightened them.
Hurons?
We'll know in the morning, Major.
Seems to have stopped.
Oh, Hawkeye?
It was the horses. They were frightened.
Horses? I never heard a horse make a noise like that.
This cave plays tricks with noises from outside.
Why were they frightened?
They scented wolves, ma'am.
Wolves?
They've gone now, Miss Alice.
What frightened them off?
Oh, the Indians have their ways.
Chingachgook?
Didn't I tell you we're in good hands?
We are in God's hands.
And in that knowledge, we must go to our beds. We move on at first light.
Grant, my daughters have not arrived from Fort Edward. They should have been here before nightfall.
Yes, sir. But if they'd come by the wagon road with the reinforcements, they'd have come in under fire. And would now be standing fire, not a comfortable situation for ladies, sir.
I mean no criticism of General Webb. Nevertheless, my daughters have not arrived.
Now, perhaps Major Hayward has received word from Hawkeye that we're under siege and turned back.
Even then, they might be too far away from Fort Edward to get back there in time, before nightfall.
That's possible, sir.
If my daughters are stranded in the forest, they might not even survive the dawn.
Sir, the Hurons rarely move by night. And if I may say so, Major Hayward is resourceful. He is actually an officer of the Americans.
He is not a native of these woods. Oh, if only this party were entirely of military personnel, I should be justified in the circumstances of leaving them to their own resources.
Sir, you cannot leave your daughters. Not under any circumstances. I beg your pardon, sir.
Grant, I don't think you perceive my dilemma. While this fort is under siege, I cannot ask any officer or man to leave it.
It will
not for any reason.
It will not be necessary to order, sir.
I cannot permit a field officer to volunteer.
Quite so, sir. But if I may suggest it, your aide-de-camp has no duties except to serve you. I am dispensable.
I'm obliged to you, Grant.
And besides, it would give me great pleasure to meet your daughters again, sir. It would give me an advantage when they dine in the mess.
What size of a party would you suggest?
A small one, sir. Necessarily so, but in any case, more effective.
Yes, a sergeant and 3 men. Volunteers only. And do not underestimate the danger of the enterprise, since you know so little of the country.
I can read a map, sir. Besides, my men will keep me on the right track if by any chance I go astray. Permission to proceed at once, sir.
No, you must wait till first light if you go now. You will not see Montcalm's pickets until you fall over them. See your volunteers get some sleep.
Sir.
And I wish you all good fortune.
Thank you for your faith in me, sir.
Have a dram, then.
For a night in a cave, your priming may be damp. Miss Monroe, time to stand by.
Alice.
It can't be done.
No way through, sir. We tried several routes. The Frenchies are all over the place. If not them, the Hurons. They're scattered about the foothills like pebbles on a beach. I'm sorry we failed, sir.
The failure is mine, Mr. Otley. I should have known better than to send you out there.
You were thinking of the women and children, sir. If we could have got them to safety.
Well, we can't. We know that now. I should have known it from the start.
I don't see how, sir.
I should have known that Montcalm is too damn clever. How many men did we lose?
3 men dead, sir. Sergeant Wilson badly wounded.
Add their names to the list. And let us hope that Mr. Grant at least is safe.
We'll go out quietly and wait till I give the word.
Down! God's name! Back in the cave. Jones, drag him inside. One shouldn't leave the land and tend the wounded. Drag him inside. The ladies will tend him.
Too far. Use the gun.
We'll need the arrows for the Russians. One from 40.
40?
Only evidence of that first fusillade, yes. Although they can't rush us because of the water.